Good morning and welcome back to the Catch Podcast. Right across from me, Mr. Kenny, and right next to me, Colin with a nice Nike shirt.
Heck yeah.
Repping it today.
Love Nike.
I might have to buy that shirt off you, to be honest.
I don't even know where I got it.
But today we will be covering or predicting the major statistical categories, the top three, or who we think. So passing yards, passing touchdowns.
For this upcoming season.
Yes, obviously. Rushing yards, rushing touchdowns. Receiving yards, receiving touchdowns. Tackles, sacks, and interceptions.
Good job.
And maybe if we go too quick, we'll do field goals. No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm good
And,
on that.
of course, 0 to hero.
Don't forget that.
0 to hero is going to be pretty fun this week. There's a lot
We
of stuff.
say that a lot, but...
No, but there was a lot of stuff going on.
There always is.
What do we want to start with?
I personally would want to start with the defensive side of the ball.
I think
I like that.
I mean,
too.
there's
I like that
there's
too.
only three things going
Yeah,
on.
I'm
And
good
I
with
feel like
that.
offensive side is just like more...
And there's more to talk about.
listen to.
Colin,
Let's start with the worst one on the defensive
what do you
side.
think is the worst one?
Interceptions. I mean, that's...
Oh. I think
I
that...
feel like interceptions is the worst. I predict. I don't feel like you can really predict that.
Okay,
Other than just a
so
lucky
then who
shot.
is your top three?
My top three? How about I just say my one,
Okay.
and then we'll just
I
say
like
our
it.
two and
Okay,
three.
okay.
My one is Jayden Johnson of the Chicago Bears.
My one is Derek Stingley Jr. of the Houston Texans.
My one is
What?
a safety, Jesse Bates. First of all, before we go
Okay.
into
Given
this, I think you guys picked two, lockdown corners.
I agree. So,
Who
but
don't
Jalen Johnson
really-
was up there.
You
in
realize
interceptions.
Derek
was-
Stingley
He was
was
top 15.
But
tied for fourth in the league
He
last
was?
year. He had 5 interceptions.
I did not know that. Wow. I must
the
have just
last
skimmed over his
5
name.
years, safeties have been leading.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think
that
the
is a
Jesse
fair
Bates
point.
had a great year last year on the Falcons.
He's always
He
in
had,
the right
what,
place at
6
the right time.
interceptions, I believe.
He
I
was
just think
sec-
Chicago's
third in the league.
defense is
Yeah,
going to look
third.
good this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your number two?
My number 2 was Rasul Douglas of the Buffalo Bills.
I don't... Okay.
He
That's
was
fine. That's
he was
fine.
top 5 last year.
He was.
He's
And
pretty good.
I am a Bills fan, and in those games that I saw him play, he was straight up locked down.
I mean, you know Rasul
I
Douglas
think
too.
Rasul
Yeah.
Douglas is the second best cornerback in the AFC East.
Conversation for another time. All right,
Yeah,
Colin.
Who's
Oh,
number 2?
we'll discuss.
So this is kind of coming out of left field. Hear me out. I saw a name, I like him, and that is Paulson Adebo. He had a good
Jeez.
season last year. I believe he had.
I was like
4
thinking you were gonna be
interceptions.
like DJ Reed.
No, he
or,
had.
like,
I think
Trent McDuffie.
he had 3 or 4 interceptions last year, and obviously you can't. It's kind of a shot in the dark, but that's what this has to be. So
Yeah, interceptions.
I guess so. I
It's
mean,
a big
people just
variable
come
going
up
on.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But sticking with the same team, I have Tyrann Mathieu.
that's fair. Yeah.
He hasn't really been the same type of player the last couple of years since he left Kansas City with like the tackling. But you can count on him to get some interceptions.
Smart going.
Force the ball
You went
turnovers.
2 safeties. That's smart. I went 2 corners.
I don't know why you guys think of corner.
I don't know.
Besides
stayed
Trayvon Diggs, the last 5 years.
That's my number 3, Trayvon Diggs.
You think he's
Okay,
coming back?
Hell yeah, I do.
If you guys didn't like Paulson Adebo, I don't think you're gonna like my third one. But it is a safety.
God.
It is a safety.
All right, well I like
Is it-
that.
I would say I love this player because his name's Julian Love, and he had a good interception wise. He had a good season
You know,
last year.
I like
He
that
did,
one
he
better
did.
than the
I'll
other
give you
two
that.
by a
Really?
lot.
Yeah, I do.
Julian Love
I
is
didn't
a
think he
dynamic player, and he's also really fast.
Yeah,
He can get a. My 3.
that was part of my
keeping the
choice.
safety trend going.
Okay, 3 safeties
That-
in the
it's
top
fair.
3.
Let's
don't
hear
know about
who he
that.
says though.
Jordan Poyer. I think Jordan
Oh.
Poyer is going to capitalize on this Dolphins defense.
I don't hate that.
And he's going to get the ball a lot. I
Screw
could-
Jordan Poyer.
I mean, he's a good safety.
He's a
He
good
may
safety.
be
He is.
washed in some aspects, but when you have Jalen Ramsey
He
on
was-
the team,
Yeah,
there's going to be some
He was
errant
so
throws.
good on our team. He was like my favorite player on
He
the
was
defense.
top 3 in interceptions a couple years ago.
Yeah, he was
But
really
now to what I think is the most boring
good. Tackles.
predictions.
Yeah,
Yes,
tackles,
tackles.
honestly.
Are we doing solo combined?
combined.
Full combined.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's a little.
I
scared
have
to say
Agent
his-
Zero Roquan Smith. He's been top 5 the
Okay.
last 3 years.
Okay.
He's
He's
a
not
very-
in my top 3, but
He's
all
in
right.
mine.
I can understand that. Kenny, who's your one?
Alex Anzalone.
He's in like an edge. He's
No,
like
he's
an
not.
outside linebacker.
No,
he does
he's
not
a
play middle linebacker.
he does get a lot of tackles.
He gets pass coverage plays.
Oh
and
my
last year,
God.
I believe he was top 10 in tackles.
He was. I know for almost a fact.
So that's not you're acting like this is a hot take. It's not. Alex Anzalone is.
It's a little hot to put him at leading the league, but top 3 I don't think is.
I feel
you
like
have to
with
pick,
defense, I feel like it's not something you really predict.
It's like I feel like
for example, Deron Bland. We couldn't predict him getting all those interceptions.
I looked at it too. The year before that, he was top 10 in interceptions. I didn't know that at all.
I didn't know that.
But anyways, what I was saying is you have to pick a Mike linebacker. Come on.
I have Alex Anzalone. I have Alex Anzalone.
Whatever. All right, who do you have?
Bear my pronunciation of this, but it's Foyu Saad Alakun. I would like to make the point he led the league in solo tackles, so if he can wrap up by himself, that sounds suspicious. But if you can wrap up by yourself, you can do it with.
It is.
Bro, he goes so under the radar. He's been like a leading tackler.
Him and Bobby Okereke from the Giants are both
pretty safe
really
pick
underrated.
by me. Yeah.
At 2, I'm keeping the trend going with another Mike linebacker.
It's tackles. I would hope you're picking.
Yeah, but can he pick
Alex? Okay, you're acting like Alex Anzalone strictly is on the edge. He's not. He plays in the center field sometimes.
I'm picking the Syracuse. I believe he went to Syracuse. Zaire Franklin.
Yes, he did.
From Indianapolis. He's been top 3 the past 3 years.
Yeah.
I think he's arguably the best tackler in the league.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
He really came out of nowhere. Like I remember looking at it like probably 2021, just looking at the tackles leaders, and I was like, Zaire Franklin. I don't know who that is. And then he's just been top 5 ever since.
He's solid. For me, I had the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
Safe pick.
He led the league in tackles last year, but he's now on the Commanders.
Yes.
So I don't know how that's going to look.
I feel like Bobby, you get what you get. You're getting a ton of tackles out
no matter how old he is, really. I mean.
Yeah, I'm just worried about injuries and stuff.
Especially on that Commanders field. Mm-hmm. Not great there.
When he goes the wrong way on one tackle,
I didn't even think about that part.
Wagner could retire. But anyways.
Forgive me of my pronunciation again, but I have Azeez Al-Shaair
of
the Texans now. He's been consistent, as all of these guys have pretty much been, always getting a lot of tackles, and maybe this is just his year where he gets slightly more than everybody else.
I was kind of surprised that he got like a 1-year deal from the Titans last year.
Yeah, he's good.
He's really good. He has
that.
good instincts, and he's fast, like I said. So I wish the Jets got him. That would have been pretty cool. But TJ Edwards is my number 3 on the Bears.
Solid.
I think he's a possible number 1, but
he is. I was thinking about it, but I didn't want 2 Bears leading.
He's paired with Tremaine Edmonds. So, like, I feel like the tackles just get split off.
I mean, for me, as long as he's not tackling Jordan Love, I'm fine with it.
He definitely is, like, a lot.
I hope not.
TJ Edwards, though, even though I said he's going to be top 3, people were, like, thinking he was going to be the best linebacker in the league last year.
That is true.
I remember that.
It was kind of weird.
I guess we'll have to see.
I feel like that happens with every
number
player
3,
the Bears
I have Foye Sade-Luakon.
Okay. I'm happy with that. And my number 3.
Oh, it's gonna be some random.
No, it's not. We've already mentioned this name. I forget who already, but it's Roquan.
Oh yes, that was my number 1.
Roquan for 3 as well. But
yeah.
Anzalone at 1. I will bet my liver that doesn't happen.
Bet your liver?
Yes, you heard me. Bet my liver.
I mean,
I don't know. Very unhealthy liver.
We'll have to see. I definitely could see some like tackles for me could change easily.
Yeah, tackles and picks are just like.
They're shot in the dark.
But the one thing that I think that takes skill for this is sacks.
Oh yeah.
Actually, besides number 1, I feel like number 1's kind of obvious. Who? Really? We don't have all
Steelers Nation.
I don't know what they're saying.
Of J.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt.
The brother of
Look
Derek
for that set. I forgot. He's fullback. Chargers, I think.
Retired, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he played for the Chargers.
And Steelers.
Yep.
Oh. All right. Well, T.J. Watt. He could, if he doesn't have one of those unlucky injuries again.
T.J. Watt is
he's probably the best edge in the league by far. Myles Garrett has better, he's a better athlete and everything, but T.J. Watt's production is unmatched.
The best defensive player in the NFL right now.
I don't hate that, especially with Aaron Donald retiring.
You want to say Sauce Gardner?
No. Whoa, no. Okay. Who's your
I don't think it's necessarily an obvious pick here.
Oh my god, don't say someone random, please.
just kidding. Not Rashawn Gary. Max Crosby.
Okay, I can get with that.
He led the league in tackles for loss last year.
top 3 in pressures, I believe.
Yeah, it's top 5 in actual sacks last year. I think just maybe this is his year where he.
I just think the Steelers benefit of having a better defensive line. So TJ Watt maybe won't get doubled as much.
Mm.
I mean, he's TJ Watt, he probably will be, but Max Crosby is like the only.
He's a man on an island.
Is he the only good guy in that D line?
I could have sworn they just signed somebody.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, huge! Was it Christian Wilkins?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Was it? Oh.
It was they signed someone.
Yes,
big.
no, it was, and Christian Wilkins got the bag.
Yeah, it was a big contract.
He is a defensive tackle, but he's definitely a top 5.
Well, there we go. That supports my argument.
That could be pretty good.
All right. You
Max Crosby, I like that
TJ
pick.
as well.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Micah Parsons.
Me as well.
Colin.
Okay, I should have done a little bit more research on this one because
He was like, wait, I forgot about Micah Parsons.
I don't have TJ Watt or Micah Parsons on this list.
That is crazy.
Oh, you're gonna get flamed.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Well, no, I
Who's
have
2 then.
2 is Myles Garrett.
Oh my.
He should not have won Defensive Player of the Year last year.
I kind of think he's
TJ,
overrated.
it's so overrated. TJ Watt had completely better stats in every single category.
To be honest, I kind of just skipped over TJ.
He's actually a really good run defender, which I think people don't realize.
Change your mind then?
Whoa,
I'm not gonna call an audible like that, no. But I'm just saying it like.
I like the analogy.
Yeah.
Really, Myles Garrett.
I would put. I mean, I'll stick by Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
Matter what.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm just saying.
I think Myles Garrett, he's good. He's top 5, maybe top 10.
All right, Pat. So far,
I think
so far, me and you have the same people. Who do you have at 3?
I have his number 1, Max Crosby.
I have Nick Bosa.
2 fair statements, I think.
I mean, bro, there's so many good D linemen that
There
can
is.
easily
I think
take this.
it might be the deepest position group in the league, to be honest.
My number 3, I was kind of thinking outside the box. That's why I don't have any of the huge names
we're going to yell
here.
at you now, but there's always that guy that comes out of nowhere.
Well, it
And
depends
this guy,
how out of nowhere it comes.
I haven't said my number 3. It's not that out of nowhere. It's Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay.
He explodes third
I could
year.
very well see it. Yeah, third year explosion, like Pat was saying. I like Aiden Hutchinson a lot.
Aiden Hutchinson is a lot more likely to be 3 than the other lion, Alex Anzalone.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I still don't. I cannot get with that at all.
Keep shooting down Alex Anzalone and you see what happens, buddy.
Okay.
So what is he gonna do? Break in my house? All right.
He might.
Now we are on to the offensive side of the ball.
13 minutes, might I add.
Hey, there's a lot to talk about.
Are we going to quarterback?
I want to go
save quarterback.
Quarterback for last. I want to start with running back.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
So rushing yards, my number 1, Saquon Barkley.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
That offensive line is going to be amazing. And I just
well, I don't know.
Who do you have?
You'll want to give me a fist bump. I can tell you that.
James
Cook?
What?
He was 4th in the.
Yes,
wait,
sir.
was he 4th?
I love
Yes,
that
he was
call.
4th, and he had 1,000 yards
that
rushing. No one rushed for over
love that
15,000
call.
yards. 1,500
Put her
yards.
What?
there,
They lost a receiver.
Oh my gosh!
They lost
what?
a receiver, so
you
you're going
think
to rely
James
on the
Cook
running
is
back
going to
more.
lead the league in rushing yards?
I think
that's a little bit of a hot
I have James
take,
Cook at 3.
You guys,
What?
He went from he was 4th in the league last year. Kenny's saying he's going to be 3rd this year. How is that crazy?
because there's gonna. Okay, first of all,
You're saying
Saquon
it was a
Barkley.
fluke?
He had 1,000 rushing yards. That's
He
not.
had 1,122.
Okay,
actually.
he had 1,000 rushing
All right.
yards, but the first half of the season they weren't even utilizing
You
him
realize
like they
you said
should've.
Joe Mixon was like bottom 15,
When
but
Ken
he was 8th in
Dorsey
rushing
stepped
yards.
foot out of that office, it was a completely different game for James Cook. James Cook turned into an absolute speed demon on that field.
That there's so many better running backs and so many.
We're talking about
better.
production though. They don't
Yes,
necessarily.
Josh Allen's probably gonna have.
I'm not saying there's
Josh
not better
Allen
running
might-
backs. I just think he's going to be third
Josh
in rushing
Allen
yards.
might be like right below him in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
For you?
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying
no,
he could
he
be.
means like.
All right, well,
in general.
Okay. Who do you?
James Cook at 1.
James Cook at one's a little insane with
Like I
Saquon.
said, I'm
I think
making
Saquon Barkley
fun
could like
predictions
get
here.
16,
Philly is going to be
17,000
so
yards.
good.
Yeah, no,
But my number
that's a
2
good pick, to be
is
honest.
Christian McCaffrey.
Me as well, Christian McCaffrey.
My number 2 is also Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
I like it. Christian
Christian
McCaffrey,
McCaffrey's
1,400
solid.
yards last year.
I'm
He's
praying
also-
he doesn't get hurt.
He's also a big receiving threat. I just think there's a lot of mouths to feed on that offense.
Mhm.
Who knows? He could go for like that crazy LT, MVP year. We don't know. Nice. But I'm not going to bet on him to go back-to-back.
All right.
At 3, I am representing with the most underrated, the most for...
Are you saying Breece Hall?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Breece Hall, best running back in the AFC East by a mile. He is about...
That is crazy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
James Cook's the better running back.
You're crazy.
I'm crazy?
You'll be proven wrong.
Okay, who's your number 3?
James Cook.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. My number 3 is a guy I love. A player I love.
Don't say Josh Jacobs, please.
It's not.
Aaron Jones?
Nope. It's Bijan Robinson.
Oh.
That's an...
Bijan... he's gonna do better in the receiving part of it. Tyler Algier is also on the team. He's gonna get a lot of carries.
He's that good.
Tyler Algier is very good, actually, I think.
I just think there wasn't a lot of thought put into Bijan. And, like, you have to project...
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of thought putting into Bijan, putting him at number 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my... Oh, I see what you
mean.
I just walked myself into that one. Okay. Might have to cut that one out. I am the editor.
Rushing yards is not going to define a running back's like overall how good they are.
Yes.
So rushing
touchdowns. Breece Hall's going off.
Rushing touchdowns is completely different for me.
Yeah, me too.
One for me.
One should be unanimous. It should be Christian McCaffrey.
Me too.
It definitely should be.
Is
after
Christian
what
McCaffrey
he did.
Christian McCaffrey's on my list, but he's not
his
one.
touchdown streak was absolutely crazy.
Just saying, I have a quarterback in this list.
I think I do too.
Quarterbacks were 2 and 3 last year in rushing.
I do. Number 1. You're going to like this pick. It's Travis Etienne.
Rushing? No. Receiving, yes. He might lead the running backs in overall touchdowns.
He was 9th in touchdowns last year.
I just think they're going to...
Well, you're a hater on Trevor Lawrence. Maybe Travis Etienne just gets fed at the goal line.
I don't know if they're going to...
He's not...
The way they play,
they
don't like hand Etienne the ball off like that at the 1.
No, maybe I know. We'll get I was just saying hypothetically like that too.
At 2, I have my quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. Saquon Barkley could literally be the best running back in the league, and they're still going to make Jalen Hurts take a rush right up the middle for 2 yards.
That's why I don't have Saquon on this rushing
neither do I.
list. To be honest, I completely forgot about rushing quarterbacks entirely, so bear with me on this one, but number 2, I have Derrick Henry.
That's kind of
Derrick Henry
simple
had a
way of thinking.
He's also on a team with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
That's the same reasoning.
But they're gonna give Derrick Henry the ball instead of Lamar Jackson at the 1 yard line.
Not always.
I think so.
Derrick Henry's a guarantee in my opinion.
It's gonna.
It's
gonna be like a 50-50. He could be top 5. I just don't see it.
Yeah. My number 2 is also a quarterback, but it's not Jalen Hurts. It's the other one. It's Josh Allen. Yeah.
Okay.
I can get with that, and
I like this, Colin.
I have your favorite guy at number 3. I have James Cook. And rushing touchdowns.
At number 3?
Yes.
I have Breece Hall at number 3.
Ooh,
I don't think Breece Hall will... We have 4 running backs.
What my logic is Aaron Rodgers is not running in the ball.
Yeah, yes. But I also think our receiving core is like the best in the red zone. Tyler Conklin is a very good jump ball tight end. Garrett Wilson is really good inside the red zone.
Yeah.
So, and I think Aaron Rodgers is the best red zone quarterback probably in the league.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we're going to utilize Breece Hall like that. And like I said, we have 4 running backs for a reason, I hope. Breece Hall is probably going to get a lot of rushing yards, get us to the goal line, but I don't know if he's going to get the touchdowns.
My number 3 is probably someone I should have mentioned sooner, but it's Christian McCaffrey. Kind of obvious.
Okay,
yeah. Maybe should be higher.
Like I said, I have James Cook. I think he's going to be utilized a lot on the goal line and just get fed repeatedly.
All right.
If not Josh
Allen. I don't hate this. Last pod, we were arguing about Kyler Murray and Matt Stafford.
I still can't get with James Cook being the leading rusher. That's... Really?
Hey,
I feel like...
The leading rusher in the league.
Not best running back.
You're not familiar with James Cook's game, buddy.
I just ranked him number 3 for my touchdowns.
You're not familiar with his game, bud.
You're not familiar with Breece Hall's. Okay,
maybe
anyways,
go to more
receiving
games.
yards.
Receiving yards.
I think this one's pretty easy.
This guy was second.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Easy.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know. I thought people were going to say, like...
CeeDee Lamb, second best receiver in the league.
Second.
Nice.
Who's first?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah. Forgot he exists.
And CeeDee Lamb's on a team where Dak Prescott's going to give him the ball
top 5 quarterback
all the time. 15 receptions.
Oh, yeah.
Probably at least 5 games.
I believe he led the league in receptions.
Yeah, he did. He was second in yards.
Yes.
This year in fantasy, CeeDee Lamb should be going number 1.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At number 2,
Just
I think this guy will do what CeeDee Lamb did last year because people before last year weren't saying CeeDee Lamb was top 5. Come on. They weren't. They thought he could be, but he wasn't. Jamar Chase.
Ooh.
I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to remind
They
everyone.
were off last year.
Yeah, well, Joe Burrow got injured. The Bengals kind of stunk it up a little bit. I think they're going to remind everyone why they're probably the best quarterback wide receiver duo.
Yeah, well, I kind of have a...
I mean, I'm just trying to think of someone's better.
Dak and CeeDee Lamb.
Nah. Give me Joe Burrow.
I have Tyreek Hill.
Okay, Cheetah.
I have Jamar Chase.
Dude, this is nice. Okay. This is nice. I like it.
You're not going to have my number 3,
I don't hate
though.
any of these picks. Number 3, Justin Jefferson.
Really?
Oh my God! If we start this JJ McCarthy thing again, I swear.
Really?
JJ McCarthy is going to give him the ball. Even if he's not playing it, Sam Darnold is going to be targeting Justin Jefferson.
For every 100 yards, there's going to be a helmet spike by Justin Jefferson because of how
want me to tell you a cool fun fact?
Is.
Sam Darnold is going to be their starting quarterback. You want me to tell you a cool fact about Sam Darnold?
Not really.
He's 26 years old.
I know. I'm a Jets fan. I know
Aaron Rodgers, when he first got his first start, was 26 years old. Don't count Sam Darnold out just yet.
Whatever.
Sam Darnold is going to
Baker
feed Justin Jefferson.
Okay,
Sam Darnold hasn't had an elite receiver like Justin Jefferson before, and I think he's going to absolutely dominate.
Wasn't he on the
You're assuming he's starting, though.
He's going to.
Okay, go.
My third... Spare me the yelling. You guys aren't going to like this, but
please.
Chris Olave.
Whoa! Are you...
You sound like a monkey there.
Dude.
Chris Olave?
Breakout season.
Breakout He can have a breakout year, but he's not going to...
Who else is Derek Carr going to throw to?
Derek Carr's going to throw to the dirt or to the other team.
Okay, that one was pretty funny. I'm not going to lie.
Chris Olave? I won't lie.
He's not even the best wide receiver in his class.
He's a great receiver. He's
Breakout
second
season.
best.
I just like predicting breakout season. I did the same thing with Bryce.
You must have just looked at every wide receiver and be like, nah, I'm going to be different. I'm trying to be right with it. I'm trying to be right, bro.
Okay,
I think Tyreek Hill is 3.
3?
Tyreek Hill is going to keep up what he's been doing.
If you don't have Tyreek Hill on this list, Colin, you're kind of insane.
I just think their schedule has more better
have.
cornerbacks. And OBJ's now on the team. Running maybe lean down a little bit more. Mike McDaniel's going to draw up some new stuff.
Touchdowns.
You got to hurry this up.
CeeDee Lamb.
At number 1.
At 1?
At 1 for me.
I don't have CeeDee Lamb on my list.
Me neither.
I have Jamar Chase.
Wow.
Number 1, I have Amon-Ra, who was 4th last year. So.
Okay.
Jamar Chase, like I said, breakout year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not really even breakout.
I have Amon-Ra at number 2 for me.
Okay.
I have Stephon Diggs.
I was hoping he wasn't getting mentioned.
He's gonna show. Okay, maybe not in the yards category because that receiving core is stacked.
Yeah.
But Stephon Diggs gets open in that end zone, baby. I could see 14 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, something like
more than that.
He's gonna go off, at least in the red zone category.
He doesn't.
So who do you have it to?
Same team, Lions. Sam Laporta. Also very high in touchdowns.
He was pretty high in touchdowns last year.
He's a tight end.
But I do not know how in the heckity heck you have 2 people.
Well, I'm not really predicting like 1 and 2.
Well, you know what I wanted to say. How do you have 2 people from the same team?
I'm not necessarily predicting.
Has that ever happened?
I highly doubt it.
Can't tell you.
If they were to lead the league in touchdown receptions, Jared Goff would have like...
My list is kind
40,
of basing off of
50.
3 people I think that could be number 1. I'm not necessarily ranking 1, 2, 3.
I mean, I kind of agree with Colin. Like, I'm just grading on who I think
Yeah.
is going to have a really good season.
I don't
really...
Why are we just overlooking how dumb, like 2 people on the same team?
That's
not
what I'm claiming,
But he just backed it up.
Yeah, I'm not
He just backed it up. If you used your listening ears, buddy.
I wasn't. Can you
Here's your ears.
All right, say it again. What?
He's just putting 1 and 2 and 3 or just
3 people,
3 people
that could be top 3. I'm not putting them like in order. Well, I am putting them in order. But I'm saying like most likely to be number 1, not necessarily they're going to be 1, 2, 3.
But that still means you most likely think that. Okay.
I think one of the two. Right. What I'm saying is basically one of the two will be out there.
3.
That's goofy. At 3, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Tyreek Hill.
I don't even want to say mine, so I have to.
Why? What are you doing to us?
Let me read. Who do you have?
I promise.
even know who that
I
is.
promise you.
I didn't see what you said.
I promise you, this podcast is credible. We're not.
We're just gonna want to skip over
No,
that.
No, say it.
Read it.
You really want me to?
Yes.
Why does it have to
If
be
it's
so?
someone,
Okay, hear me
if
out.
It's someone so dumb, I'm walking
Wait,
out.
what team?
It's so dumb.
What team?
What team do you think?
The
Packers.
It's Christian Watson.
No.
Romeo Doubs?
No.
No.
This is why, he's way under the radar. In my opinion,
What's
he's the best
his
receiver.
name?
Jayden Reed.
I think he's the best receiver on the team. He's way under the radar. And I bet people who watch the Packers games would probably agree with me.
What?
A lot.
Romeo Doubs.
Yeah. Who? Just say it.
Dontavian Wicks.
Oh. Him.
He's a great route runner. He gets open. Great after the catch. He has all the tools.
We gotta delete the pod. We gotta delete it, bro.
I am the editor.
What in the actual? Oh my god!
You
can't be for real.
Okay, hear me out. If I'm gonna project forward a little bit, I have Jordan Love on my list for passing touchdowns.
Okay, either way.
So it makes sense.
You have 2 people who are on the same team, and you have some.
Yeah.
Who is he? Wide receiver 3?
4.
I mean,
4?
technically.
Bro, wait. Wide receiver 4. 2 people on the same team. Then you have Chris Olave.
For yards, yeah.
That's.
I don't have.
What is going on?
So do you want to just say the most?
Did you hit your head when you came here?
Not came here, no. Before. But,
let's move
okay,
on to
no.
quarterback.
You can say someone Chris Olave. Sure, that's interesting. The Lions thing's really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Dontavian Wicks is not happening.
I have a feeling
he is not gonna be top 3 in receiving touchdowns.
I
That's
agree.
just not
Honestly,
happening.
It's just I wanted to spotlight him, kind of.
I mean, that's
I
fair.
think he could
now
be
you're
top 10.
admitting. Okay.
I think he could be top 10.
Ruined. All right, whatever.
Well, let's move on to quarterbacks. Passing yards. Let's start there. My number 1, I have Dak Prescott.
Back to back. You think he's going? He was. I believe he led the.
Yep. Think so.
I'm just too much of a P word to just bet on someone to go back to back.
Patrick Mahomes has done it.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott.
Stop counting Dak Prescott out.
Okay, but Dak Prescott is bipolar. He goes from being 15 interceptions to top 5.
I could see.
I still think he's pretty good.
I could see Dak being in the front running for MVP this upcoming season.
I mean, he was second this year, which is really good. But I have C.J. Stroud. I think they are gonna sling the ball like crazy. Maybe it's gonna go all around the whole team. Joe Mixon's gonna maybe have a decent year. Dalton Schultz, good tight end. Nico Collins is on the team. Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell could be a... See, if you said Tank Dell for touchdowns, I'd be like, okay, I can get with that. He's a good quarterback.
Thank God I'm not going to get
But no, I have C.J. Stroud. All right, who's your 1?
It's C.J. Stroud.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's not...
I appreciate that.
Fist bump or
yeah, you know what? At 2, I have Tua. I think there's actually going to be a significant drop-off between Stroud and the next guy. It could be 300 to 400 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tua's still going to... I think he's just going to throw the ball.
You know what?
He's going to have Tom Brady stats.
When we
throw
were
the ball
ranking
40
AFC quarterbacks and Colin was saying how Tua's season was kind of like a fluke, I'm starting to kind of get with that a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's a fluke, but I don't think he's going to be...
Mm-hmm. I think you guys just think he was a lot better than he was. He wasn't good at touchdowns. He wasn't good...
I just remembered Dak was not the leader in passing yards. It was Tua last year.
It was Tua, yeah. I didn't want to correct
Dak
you guys
was
and be wrong.
number 1 at touchdowns, I'm pretty sure. That's what it was.
Yeah,
I don't...
Correct.
Either way,
Dak was
I don't think Tua's going to put up those numbers again.
I think Tua is going to do exactly what he did last year. Throw the ball a lot. Probably turn it over a lot. Okay. But he's going to get a lot of yards. When you have Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle, they add 40 yards to the easiest plays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't overlook that. People think Tua's bad, whatever. He has the best receiving core. Fastest receiving core in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both really good. So at 2, who do you have?
I have Dak Prescott. Number 2.
Wait, did you say your 2?
My number 2 is the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the Kansas City Chiefs legend, Patrick Mahomes.
I don't think he needed that much.
I don't think he's gonna.
I'm
passing yards, really?
He's glazing.
I'm glazing.
I think
he owns my team. So.
I think they're gonna be a really balanced team, and Patrick Mahomes is gonna have like a Aaron Rodgers, like no picks, stuff
passing,
like that.
You're not gonna like my passing touchdowns then.
Nobody else.
All right, at 3 I have Dak Prescott.
I have Jared Goff.
I have Tua. Me and you have the same three players. Just our 2 and 3.
We all pretty much have the same people.
Jared Goff. Once again, I feel like the running game's gonna have a little bit of a premise. Like
what Colin was saying, Amon-Ra was his leader in touchdowns. I think Jared Goff has a stacked offense to work with. Sure, he has good running backs.
That's why I think it's going to be a touchdown thing, not a yards thing.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think he throws the ball enough to beat top.
He was top 5 last year, so
I know, top 5, top 3. There's still a difference.
He could very well jump up.
And think about it, you could be top 3 and have 600 yards more than 4.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean,
okay, but at 1.
You mean for
passing touchdowns? Yes. My bad. Passing touchdowns, I have Dak.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes.
You're like glazing Dak this whole time, and then you don't have him.
I have Dak at 2.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's far. Patrick Mahomes with Marquise Brown, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce. This offense looks stacked.
Dak Prescott was number 1 in the league for touchdowns last year, and the guy that was number 2.
I just. Wow.
What?
I betted on back-to-back.
The guy the guy that was number 2 last year, I have at number 1 this year, and that's Jordan Love. 2nd in the league in touchdowns with 32.
I mean, you're backing the Dontavion Wicks thing.
That's it. That was my
I guess
point.
there's some continuity.
You're doubling down on it.
I think my
not really doubling.
I think my 1 and 2. I think Dak's gonna finish over my 2, but I think it's gonna be like close. Like I think it's gonna be like these 2 are close. Third guys 4 or 5 touchdowns off, and I have C.J. Stroud.
Dak Prescott. Okay. For me. Okay. You have it 2?
At 2?
Yeah.
I have Tua. Again. Just because of his receiving
now you're sounding like a hypocrite because you were saying how...
Hypocrite.
Sorry. Hypocrite because you were saying how he was going to fall off.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I've never thought he was a good quarterback. It's just production-wise, it's kind of hard.
Like, with like that
but production-wise of last year, he was all yards, no touchdowns. Yeah. They're going to hand the ball... Mike McDaniel in the red zone is like...
Yeah.
He's an artist, bro.
Who says they even get to the red zone, though? There could be a lot of
they kind of need to get to the red zone.
Yes, that is actually a good point.
I'm just saying, like, there could be a lot of 50-yard touchdowns where they don't even get to the red zone.
Yeah, but how many is there going to be for him to be 2? That's crazy. But I have Jared Goff.
C.J. Stroud at 3 for me.
I have Jared Goff. I think he's going to throw the ball around a lot. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Dak and CJ are, but Amon-Ra is probably going to be an all-pro again, or close to it.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta is going to show why he's top 5 tight end. Jahmyr Gibbs, good receiving back.
You guys might hate my number 3, but I would urge you to think about it a little bit more. His number 1 receiver was like 2nd in the league in touchdowns last year. So
you're saying Baker Mayfield?
Correct.
Oh my God.
Well, if his receivers are
Mike Evans is not going off like that again.
He's been steady throughout his whole career.
Mike Evans is
Look at his stats.
Linear.
Completely linear.
Baker Mayfield. Wait, what? Mike Evans went off last year, and Baker Mayfield wasn't anywhere close to touchdowns. He was like...
he wasn't. He was
like 9th.
He was 9th, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I said, you can be 9th and be 20 touchdowns behind first.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're also judging third on last year.
And also there's a lot of rushing touchdowns, not a lot of passing. I don't know if anybody had over 40. Baker Mayfield?
You're acting like he was like 17.
Did you not have C.J. Stroud in passing yards or passing touchdowns?
I had him first in passing yards. I just didn't have him in touchdowns.
I'm not going to lie. I was going to come here and say Josh Allen was going to be on this list.
Oh.
I think passing touchdowns?
Yes,
I think that's worse than Baker.
James Cook, you're just on James Cook. He's going to get the ball in the red zone a lot.
Doesn't mean our offense scores a lot. Doesn't mean Josh.
Not anymore.
That's up a lot.
I will bet.
Your deep threat, Gabe Davis, is gone.
Money.
Your deep threat is gone. He's gone.
I will
he's
bet
not on
so
the team.
much money.
He was in Buffalo. Okay. Now he's in Jacksonville.
I will bet so much money that the Bills are a top 3 seed in the AFC.
We know you won't bet money because you don't pay
for the playoffs.
Bets,
anyone want to take me up on the deal? Hit me up. My Instagram is followed by the account. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Well, there goes.
This is a little crazy.
But before I
what if
yell
I
at...
want to accept that?
No.
Actually,
okay.
yeah. Why can't we accept the money?
I don't.
Okay, before Kenny loses his house, time for 0-2 hero.
And
I think this is...
have to move this along a little.
Yeah, we'll speed it up.
My bad. But I think this is a lot of content for this week. A lot of things have happening. Finals started.
Yeah, it was actually good.
U.S. has been abnormally good at some sports that I really haven't heard about. But whoever has that thing as their winner, can you please talk about it?
Oh, winner right now?
Yeah. We're going hero first.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't have much to talk about other than like the headline.
That's fine. We don't have the time anyway.
The U.S. team, I believe it was T20 cricket team.
Correct.
Somehow managed to pull off the biggest upset. One of the biggest upsets.
No, the biggest upset.
In sports history.
Not in sports history, no.
One of the biggest upsets in sports history. Our cricket team managed to beat Pakistan. Now, Pakistan... Cricket is a big thing in that country. Like, it's the number one sport.
They're like the USA of basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
They are a very, very good cricket team, and the USA somehow won.
Hey, America. Sorry.
America.
Oh, say.
That's crazy.
And
do you guys know
some
how to
of the
play
players
cricket?
on the U.S. team, some of the players are like just
9 to 5 workers.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, literally one of the guys, I think it was a pitcher maybe, he's literally like he works like at a tech place, like 9 to 5.
Pitcher? In cricket?
They
throw the ball and it's like a
See how
paddle.
uncultured the U.S. is with cricket? That's how you know we somehow won.
Kenny definitely learned. Actually, never mind. All right. Well, Colin, who is your winner? I know it's kind of weird we're doing winners first, but
my hero is the women's basketball. Yeah, hero, winner. The women's basketball sensation. Well, not sensation this year, but it's Haley Van Lith. She's had a pretty awful year this year. Playing out of position at LSU.
Wait, you're doing 0?
No, I'm doing hero. If you would let me finish.
Oh, okay.
Did you say 0? Or
I said
you said awful, and I was just like, why are we talking about awful?
Because if you let me finish, she got selected to the USA Women's 3-on-3 team, which nobody really thought she would be on that, because considering she did not have a good year at all. I'm talking like bad year. And Angel Reese, she was very happy for her, and kind of unexpected. She broke down in tears, but good for her. Yeah,
she had a lot of influence and expectations transferring from Louisville to LSU, and didn't really pull through.
Yeah, and she was just out of position. Not a great spot for her, but look where she is now.
Hero, Patrick?
My hero is Tingus Pingus, Kristaps Porzingis, 20 points in 21 minutes. This man could not miss.
Game 1, Mavs Celtics.
Finals. Celtics took it by, I believe, like 22, something like that.
I believe.
It was a good
Kristaps Porzingis, that's crazy. 20 points in 21 minutes coming off an injury where he missed.
His bag is so deep.
Watching that game, I could not tell. He would stare. I watched 2 plays of like the highlights, and he would stare at Derrick Jones for 1 second and then just shoot it over his head. Cash.
Typical white guy.
And then what's the other guy? PJ Washington. PJ Washington was like grabbing him and everything.
That clip.
And then he just like shot it under him with one arm. And it went in. Mm-hmm. This man is 7'1", cooking. Dude,
it's insane.
Besides, Derek White's become amazing. Drew Holiday's amazing. Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, amazing.
Okay.
Kristaps Porzingis, Finals MVP. Yeah. Who knows? But Kenny, your 0 of the week.
My 0 is Conor McGregor. This whole news about
makes me sad.
What is it? UFC 303? It potentially being canceled.
I didn't even know that, to be honest.
McGregor, they canceled a big press conference in Dublin, Ireland, which is a big deal because last time they were there for a press conference for Conor McGregor, those fans were absolutely insane. And honestly, they kind of helped the fight in a way.
Dude, it's reminding me of John Jones when he pulled out.
Letdown.
That's sad.
I didn't even know that, to be honest.
Conor McGregor, please stay in the fight.
Hopefully the notorious one comes back.
This. Go ahead, Colin.
My 0 of the week is not as much of a 0 as I originally thought, but is the Yankees and Juan Soto. He got removed from the game last night for, I believe it was left forearm soreness, and a bunch of people were thinking Tommy John, he's screwed, he's out for the season. And another thing is Jason Dominguez that same night got substituted out in the 8th inning, which doesn't normally happen. So they're thinking, oh, maybe Juan Soto's going on the injured list. Jason Dominguez is coming up. But
I mean, they got a big game against the Dodgers, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Tonight.
Tomorrow or tonight?
It's tonight as we're recording.
So,
but
Dodgers.
MRIs have shown
they're stacked.
MRIs have shown it's not worst case scenario. He might be out for a little bit, but
they need him tonight.
Yeah,
he's having a great season,
and he's on a 1-year deal. So and we haven't extended him, and we're probably not going to.
Yeah.
So when you have a player for 1 year that you traded the absolute bag for, you want him to play every game. But at least he's not out for the season as of now.
Hopefully not. My 0 of the week is the UConn Huskies basketball team. I don't think anyone in the past 2 years have said that the UConn team has been a loser.
Yeah. But
with their coach potentially, most likely, leaving to go coach LeBron and Anthony Davis in LA, he gave them a culture. He gave them basically everything. I mean, there's very good players on that team. Some of them are going to the draft. But still, when you lose the guy that basically revived that college
program,
it's going to be detrimental. I know they have a good core coaching staff that's going to fill in, but the first year after going back-to-back and maybe losing some of your identity is crazy.
Well, I mean, it's not totally confirmed that he's going to the Lakers.
This
is the thing.
Talks about
this is the thing. There's either JJ Redick or him. There's no scenario where they don't hire JJ Redick and Dan Hurley isn't on the team. He's not gonna say no. I don't think he's gonna say no. I don't think he's gonna be like, I'm gonna stay on my team.
Pay raise, honestly, I think.
We'll have to see.
Hopefully he's not no Nick Saban where he stinks in the NFL or NBA.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
But that'll do it for us, folks. You can catch us next week.
As always. Catch you on the next one.